We have here another travel graph with time in seconds along the bottom and the distance from the start in metres going up the side. We've got two people's journey, Wendy on the dashed line and Jodie with the solid line. And the writing at the beginning says the graph shows how the distance travelled by Wendy and Jodie changes during a race from one end of the school field to the other end and back. And what we've got to do is to describe what happens during the race. Well, if we just have a quick look at this, we've got the start is here. They're running away from the start, which is going on here. Then they're running back from wherever they've got to. Well, that was the other end of the field. They're running back to the start here. So they're running away and they're running back again. We've got to describe what happens during this race. Well, they both start off at the same time and they're both running. Now, who is running the fastest? From what we said in an earlier video, the steeper the line, the faster. So this line here, the solid line, is steeper than this line here. So it starts off that Jodie is running the fastest. But then, at this point here, which is after 10 seconds, Jodie's speed changes. Jodie's line doesn't carry on that steep, it gets shallower. So after 10 seconds, Jodie slows up a bit. Whereas Wendy has just carried on running at the same speed all the time. Now this up here is as far up as anybody goes. So this 100 metres away from the start must be the end of the school field. And actually they both get there at exactly the same time. So whereas Jodie started off really fast and then slowed up a bit, and Wendy just kept going the same speed all the time, they've actually got to the end of the field at exactly the same time. They've got there after 20 seconds. Then Jodie immediately starts running back again. We can see that down here. The line is the same steepness, the same gradient all the way, so she runs straight back to the other end of the field where she started, all at a constant speed. Whereas Wendy, her dashed line here just stays flat for a bit. That means she stopped, so she got to the end of the field, maybe she decided she'd have a rest. So from 20 seconds to 25 seconds, so that's a gap of 5 seconds there, Wendy had a rest. And then Wendy runs back, and they both arrive back at the start, which is down here, at distance 0, at exactly the same time, 45 seconds after they started. So if we look at this, to start with up here, Jodie was in the lead. Jodie was in the lead all the way up here, then they were together. Jodie was in the lead because here they were trying to get away from the start, so the higher line shows who was in the lead. But on this part of the journey, coming back, you're in the lead if you're near the beginning again. So here, the lower of the two lines shows who's in the lead. So Jodie is in the lead all the way on the way back, but they meet up together again after 45 seconds. And that's the description of what happens during that race.